hello. You're listening to Midnight Movie Gang. It is currently 7:14 p.m. Night Movie Gang in the EST, and I'm here with my boy Joseph.
Hey.
And my good friend from college, Deep T.
Good evening.
Good evening here at the Midnight Movie Gang late night hour. So yeah, for those of you just tuning in, if this is your first episode, this is a show where we kind of typically talk about horror film, sci-fi, cult cinema, like lesser known kind of classics, the hidden gems, the weird little, like the late night television. I always say, like, you know, if it's 2003, it's late night, you're on the boob tube and you're just flipping through channels and you come across something weird. That's the kind of vibe that we want to curate. Like you're half falling asleep type deal. And you know, I feel like Red Sun,
Was that a real movie?
I feel like Red Sun definitely falls under that. Like it'd be on fucking what's it called? What's that channel that had 1,000 Ways to Die? Spike or whatever, like a late night Spike, like
on Spike TV,
like Western, like marathon, like tough guy, like real fucking grandpa hours.
It's on like Court TV for some reason.
It's dad TV for sure.
When I was trying to figure out where to watch it, it showed up on Tubi, and I was like, if there was any streaming service it would show up on, of course it's Tubi.
Tubi is that whole.
It's Tubi core. And we were going to double feature this with a movie called Sukiyaki Western Django, but I got about halfway through it. It was my suggestion, and I got it off because and I hadn't seen it since I was a teenager. In my defense, but I got about halfway through it, and I was like, "This is ass," and not even like in a funny way. I was like, "This is actually not like we wouldn't even have like fun
talking about it."
Yeah, like just so. Deep D, I heard that you watched it, and for that I apologize.
It's all good. I didn't hate it. Like, the outfits were cool, and sometimes that's all I need from a movie.
Yeah, honestly, the outfits and the set design were the good part, and everything else was. It loses the audience's goodwill very early on. It starts kind of charming for me, and then there's like a brutal SA scene, and then there's like another one.
It's been a while since I saw any Takashi Miike films, but it reminded me he's got a real thing for tonal dissonance.
Yeah, I think that was the problem for me. It's a really, it was that scene followed by cartoon sound effects and goofy voices, and I'm like, can we like, it felt like that scene was kind of totally unnecessary and kind of assaulted the audience a little bit.
I didn't get to watch it because I
mean, you still can if you want, man.
Well, no, now that we're recording, it's too late. But like, even after you said you didn't want to talk about it, I still wanted to watch it just to put in my 2 cents. But I just didn't have time.
There's honestly, I don't think there would have been that much to talk about. I think that was also the second part. It's just like it's just kind of not a good movie, at least in my opinion. I think it just didn't have. It didn't have my interest, and it was a wasted opportunity of a movie. But that's my mini review.
I would say if you like Takashi Miike's style, then like maybe check it out, but like it's not something I'm like dying to watch again or recommend to people otherwise.
The concept is so cool, and the potential is all there for a really cool movie, and it just ends up being boring and frustrating for me. And I think the tone is. I think the movie is kind of an asshole.
The movie is an asshole.
Yep.
Period. Okay, so we're
now for the movie we're actually.
Unlike Red Sun, which is a real masterpiece.
Red Sun, which is like basically
has a lot of respect for women. This
pure
movie.
Cinema, pure respect for everyone. It's really Bronson and Mifune have not been in better films.
Yeah,
it's the peak of.
It has that classic Italian respect for Native Americans.
more like
Got you.
More like who, Jimbo? Am I right?
Yeah, Charles Bronson is fucking cut up in this.
Oh my
god,
by the way. He's yoked when he takes.
He looks like Rambo.
Because like I was thinking, like, man, the whole time for the first start, he looks like such a raisin. His face, he looks like fucking Jennifer Coolidge. The first.
Yeah, what like.
And then
he's in the best shape of his life for that one scene he takes his shirt off.
Like, well, no, I think he's just always looked like that. Like, I think his face has aged and the rest of his body has stayed.
But then I think about Death Wish, and then I don't
know. Yeah. So Red Sun. Is this the first time either of y'all watched this movie too?
Yep.
Yes.
Yes. Oh, also my first time. Cool.
Yeah. This was a suggestion from Deep D, wasn't it?
It was.
Yeah, you had
now
heard
I'm
of it.
living to regret it.
So you had heard of it but not seen it. Yeah, no, I mean it's because one of our earlier samurai. So like we've covered a lot of samurai episodes on this show. If this is your first time listening,
this would be a cool remake.
Yeah, no, honestly, if we're talking about shit that could be remade, as far as like has potential, like we need to roll the dice again. This is that movie. I want to, which I want to get into.
It could be what Tornado should have been.
Yeah.
Like it's a buddy comedy road movie with a cowboy and a samurai. Like, how do you mess that up?
How do you
like,
fuck that up?
I didn't think so. We're speaking a little bit about how we felt. But I wanted to. Oh, my thing disappeared. But before we talk about, sorry, my brain's not working. I wanted to talk a little bit about our histories with. I was gonna ask like your histories with these actors, with the production actors and maybe the director, but I was just gonna say I had fun. I definitely think it's flawed, but I had fun with it. But we're gonna get into it more. But your guys' history with Mifune and Bronson, and just kind of these genres. Tell me about your history with those.
Well, personally, Mifune and samurai movies in general, my experience has been documented and recorded entirely on this podcast. Mm-hmm. Every samurai movie I've ever watched, I've been recorded talking about. Yeah. And westerns are also kind of a more recent thing for me. Like I grew up, I loved the Red Dead games, and I like the Tarantino westerns. But actually watching Good, the Bad, and the Ugly, and Once Upon a Time in the West, and like Fistful of Dollars, that's all like recent because I've been writing a western lately, and that's all recent stuff for research. And I do really like the western genre, and when it's done well, and even when it's done okay, I enjoy a good western.
Your favorite is Cowboys and Aliens.
That's the best one.
Yeah. What Cowboys, Aliens, and Samurai?
Yeah, this movie is like on paper the log line is just a western with Toshiro Mifune playing a samurai is also there.
Yeah, pretty much. Deep T, what about your history with these genres and actors?
I've probably yapped about my history with the samurai genre and with Mifune as an actor. Was a big Kurosawa fan in high school and big fan of Mifune by extension. Saw quite a lot of samurai movies. I heard about this movie in high school and just never got around to it. And like I did think it was a cute concept, just with this sort of back and forth between the samurai genre and the western genre and how that plays out. But I think westerns were a bit later for me. I don't know if I've talked about them on here, but I want to say I have more of a preference for like spaghetti westerns and more stylized things as opposed to, I would say, the kind of traditional idea of like a John Wayne western.
Yeah,
I do quite like westerns, so I was hoping this would have a bit of sauce on it.
It's got just a touch.
It's got, there's a little bit, they could put some more sauce. It's a spaghetti western, but they definitely need some more sauce. The pasta's a little too al dente.
It's not a Sergio Leone movie.
No.
That's for sure.
But yeah, real quick with my thing. So like samurai movies to mostly watch for this podcast, as far as like a lot of like samurai movies come from there. Mifune is definitely like, as far as like just I always feel like I'm watching a movie when he's on screen. if that makes sense, as far as like
he brings it too for this.
He's, for me, him and not getting super deep into with this movie. I think that the strongest aspect of this movie are the characters and actors. Like I think that like I feel like Mifune and Bronson especially, I think they have really good chemistry together. I like how they interact with the side characters, but there's other shit to be left to desire, which I want to talk about later. But as far as westerns though, I'm definitely less familiar when it comes to the fundamental westerns. Like I feel like throughout my life I've seen a lot of the new age stuff, like the new True Grit.
Love that movie.
What's it called? Like the Coen Brother Ballad of Buster
Django Unchained. Yeah,
Django Unchained definitely. As far as like the more recently, The Harder They Fall, Netflix film came out a few years ago, which I love. R.I.P. Jonathan Majors.
Movie,
yeah, The Harder They Fall is so fucking good. Oh my God, that could be an episode. But what's it called?
Like the Tom Ford movies, I think, or John Ford. John Ford movies are like they're they're super like important to like filmmaking history, but they're not fun in my opinion. Yeah. They're boring.
As far as the fundamentals go, the only one of the searches, I was trying to watch the whole trilogy before this movie. I have the trilogy. I'm the Man with No Name trilogy, but I've only seen The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly. I've only seen Fistful of Dollars.
Interesting.
Of them, yeah, I haven't seen
Good, the Bad, and the Ugly is one of the best movies I've ever seen, and Fistful of Dollars almost made me fall asleep.
I enjoyed. Did we double feature it with Yojimbo? We didn't. It wasn't an episode requirement, but I watched. I watched Fistful of Dollars after Yojimbo because it's a remake.
Fistful of Dollars, for something about that movie just bores me to death.
I enjoyed it, but also like I said, you probably have you have more experience with other westerns. And so, I also saw Magnificent Seven in high school, but I honestly completely forgot about that shit. But I didn't really. So like definitely no more samurai shit than western, quote unquote. Yes, we've kind of been going around it as far as like before we break into the plot itself. I think we should just go around again and just be like a general thoughts, because it seems like I have a feeling we're gonna have a spectrum of like from little bits of here. So like Deepti, I want to start with you. General spoiler-free thoughts on this film. Do you think it's worth it to be? What did you like? What didn't you like? Is it worth checking out to be?
I was like even more disappointed than I expected it to be. Like, because I was like, in terms of the racism in the movie, I was like, okay, I'm gonna set the bar low, and like hopefully it'll pass it. And like, I will say, in terms of like the chemistry between like Mifune and Bronson, they give him like, I think, a decent amount of dignity in a way where I'm like, okay, this is like not like the greatest buddy movie ever, but like it's nice that they're kind of on an even playing field. Beyond that, like it's either boring or blatantly offensive in so many other ways that like I really can't get much else out of it. And it's a shame too, because I love the concept of like not just like a cowboy and samurai movie, but like, all these actors from like different parts of like cinema all over the world coming together for like this big crossover movie, and it's just nothing, and there's so little interaction. And I hate Charles Bronson with my life. I forgot how much I just get so angry when I see his face.
Who?
Charles Bronson.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, he's a piece of shit.
Yes. That might have colored your taste, your perception of the movie. Yeah. I'm lukewarm on. I think Charles Bronson has always been overrated. He's kind of. I thought it was super boring in Once Upon a Time in the West. And then I see this movie, and I think he's actually, I think his character is more interesting in this movie than that movie.
Yeah, because he's playing like a more like...
He's like a rogue.
Yeah. An anti-hero, I guess, and he's like kind of a smart-ass talking back to Mifune and stuff.
Yeah, he doesn't really have personality in Once Upon a Time in the West.
Yeah, but he also doesn't have personality as an actor, so I feel like he's not very well cast.
Yeah.
His personality is tough guy.
They couldn't get Eastwood.
Because like his character has like so many moments where like Mifune gets the upper hand on him, like he challenges him to a fist fight, and then like Mifune kicks his ass. But like it's so, I feel like the way Bronson plays it, like he still has to have his dignity by the end, and so like I feel like it takes a lot out of it where like the American guy is still the main one as opposed to them sort of coming to an understanding.
When we first started watching this, I turned to Avery and I was like, "Oh fuck! I think the white guy is gonna be the protagonist."
I don't think it's gonna be even split.
I don't think it's gonna be the fucking samurai dude. I think he's a side character.
Yeah,
and I was right.
No, it sucks too because Mifune definitely has the most like he's bringing the most dignity, I think, to the movie. So as far as like the three of us, I think that I probably enjoyed it the most as far as like especially taking it what it is as far as like I really. With all of the offensive elements, the racial representation and the black, red, and all the face colors.
It's kind of like it's that old Hollywood like come and see. We have beautiful vistas. We have people from places you've never even heard of.
It's funny because yes, but it's crazy that this came out. I feel like 71's too late for that.
It's true.
I feel like, okay,
it's like an exploration of Japanese culture through the eyes of stupid white people in the 70s.
You should really be moving out of it at that point. But yeah, no, just as far as like I think that, how I put it, some of the things that like I enjoyed as far as like, I think that, like I said, I think that all of the the characters as written, I think, are like very flat, and it is very like pretty much like a generic Western story. But I think that like all of like the performers, talking about Mifune, Young, basically the main four that we get, I think this Alan Delane, is it Alan Delane or Alan Delon?
Alan Delon.
I always pronounced it like rhyming with Celine Dion, which I don't know if that's true.
By the way, Toshiro Mifune is third billed on literally everything. On the poster, in the opening credits. Why is he third billed after Christina, who shows up halfway through the movie?
If my guess had to be that, so like that actress.
People want to see sexy lady instead of Japanese man.
Instead of other big movie star just from a different country.
Well,
I don't think he would have been big in America or on the West at this point.
No, probably not.
No. Yeah, it's like he like the Japanese cinema boom really wasn't in full swing.
Or at least like
it's a bummer.
I imagine it wouldn't have been outside of people who would know. I feel like the average person going to see this movie is like, oh look, Charles Bronson and some other people and a hot lady.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so Terrence Young, the director of this movie, is probably most well known for he directed a lot of the early, a lot of the Sean Connery Bonds.
Yeah.
So it's a British director, Dr. No from Russia with Love, Thunderball, which
That's
makes sense, like as to why I think he really isn't suited for this kind of film, because because my biggest overall complaint with this movie, for like as far as like, I think that on a technical level, when it comes to the cinematography, the music, the editing, like the actual like this movie doesn't really utilize any of the tools of the language of like these kind of films, which in like samurai films and
it took Charles Bronson from Leone, but it didn't take anything else.
Yeah, no, like nothing else as far as like, you know, in this kind of thing you expect like sweeping vistas, and you expect like thematically the action to have like, I think about the end fight in this movie where like the closest thing I can think of is like in this cornfield Mifune is fighting, and the corn I feel like is kind of waving how we think of like the tall grass.
Yeah, I was like, ooh, we're doing samurai shit now. Yeah. Not really.
But it's not really. It's like the most subtle. It's not shot in an interesting way. Or I think about the end of Seven Samurai, like how it's like raining the whole time, and that adds like, but like basically, yeah, when they're walking through the mountains, like there aren't any wide shots of these characters in the landscape. Like all of the shots are like super flat, head on.
Dude, I am dying for a remake for this movie. Honestly, there is so much wasted potential here.
Yeah,
like you could make like a movie that's been informed by both samurai and Western movies, because the two genres are actually like super close, like thematically, and like visually they're even close, and pacing wise, like you could do something really cool with this concept of like a samurai bound by honor in a weird exotic place, and it happens to be the Old West. I think that'd be really cool. It'll never happen though, because no one knows about this movie.
God, just look at the poster. Doesn't it look so much cooler than what the movie actually is?
It's such a cool idea. I love it.
Yeah. Hey, I hate to bring up Star Wars, but like there's an episode.
Hey, I apologize in advance.
Apologize in advance for bringing up Star Wars. There's an episode of Mandalorian season 2 where basically it's like it's when Ahsoka shows up, and like there's a scene that's basically like they're on two different sides of like this fucking like outpost or whatever, and like Mando is having a standoff with Michael Bihn's character who's a bounty hunter, and they're having like a Western standoff, like they're about, you know, like almost, and then they intercut that like little scene with Ahsoka is having a lightsaber fight inside the temple or whatever, and it's like, and it's paced like
that's the type of shit you could do.
Yeah, it's like a slow pace like samurai style duel, like with the waiting, like, you know, that kind of thing, and like it's really cool because like the scene like showcases the two different, you know, inspirations, and I'm like, this movie didn't have any of that kind of balance. Like basically just every once in a while there'd be dudes with guns, and when Mifune snuck up on him, he'd stab him through the chest.
Yeah, really lame swordplay. You could tell the director had no idea what to do with swords.
Mm-hmm. I
barely knew how to shoot a shootout, to be honest.
He brings up the throwing knives, and I'm like, I didn't even know samurai could have those. Like, did he just bring those in to have something to do in a gunfight?
They're a weapon in Ghost of Tsushima.
Yeah, but that's he's straying from the path, dude.
I will say though, as far as like there needs to be more balance just in the overall inspiration of the movie. I do think that samurai in the Old West is way more interesting to me than cowboy in feudal Japan.
I think the audience for this movie, the intended audience, had never seen a samurai movie before.
Yeah.
Like the exoticism of a samurai is like enough to put people in seats. Like
when he eats the rice. Like when he eats
exactly.
The rice cake.
He's like, I don't know what that is, but it smells awful.
That's weird. You people eat strange things.
You eat sushi. You eat whole things of sushi that you somehow have been carrying in a bag this whole time.
I think
the sun.
I think you could sum it up by that first scene when I think it's the ambassador or the other bodyguard like takes a step outside of the train at the beginning of the movie to look around, and all the white people are like, "Gee, will you look at that?"
Yeah, would you look at that?
Well, bye.
It's the Django walking through the town, but played unironically.
Yeah. But yeah, no, just as far as like how do I put it? Beyond the shit talking, like I don't know, I enjoy the character dynamics. I think that while I think that the action scenes, they're shittily shot, but I think they're well choreographed. Like there's some decent stunts like towards the end with the
that like final the final sequence in the grass is like, that's such a cool concept for like an action sequence.
Yeah.
Burning the sugarcane.
Yeah. And there's like some decent falls and like throws and stuff, and like there's some decent stunt work happening, but it's not shot in a dynamic way at all. Like that's really what it feels like a TV movie,
The stunt work was like, okay, I don't know if you guys had the same feeling, but like I know Mifune and a lot of his like Japanese stuff, like he's doing a lot of his own shit, like he's horseback riding and like stabbing people with spears or whatever. I feel like in this movie, like you never really get like a shot of his face when he's doing like his kendo throws or whatever.
No.
Which like makes me.
I think that was him like running down that hill though, right?
I'm not sure because it was a pretty distant.
Oh yeah,
shot,
when
right?
they fell, that was a fun. I remember that scene.
Because I think I could see his face at the end, and I was like, holy shit, I think that was him. But that might have been like his only like, yeah. Because I think you're right. I think you barely see his face in actual sword fights.
Which, like, maybe it's, like, a production thing for, like, Western, like, productions compared to, like, Japanese productions, but, like, I'm surprised he doesn't do more of his own stunts if he has the ability to. I feel like I saw some shots where, like, his sideburns seemed bushier than usual and you couldn't see his face, so that was when I started getting suspicious.
You know what was the most impressive stunt that for sure the actor really did in this movie? When Alan Delon fucking fell through the roof.
That was crazy. That was like, did they make him do that? That's like, it doesn't even make him look
insane.
cool. He just fell.
A solid like 20 feet, and it looked like it hurt too. Like he was rubbing his knees. Like
it did look like it hurt.
Because like he falls on the ground and he's kind of obscured at that point, and then he gets back up, which like it's possible they did some kind of Texas switch, but then it's like, why would you do like a stunt? Why would that be the stunt that like you need a switch for? Like
he lands in really not a cool way.
No.
Like
it looks like he hurt his knees.
Like
yeah.
And then he gets up and he's pointing.
I'm pretty sure he like grimaces when he stands up too. Like.
Yeah.
Like the Family Guy cutaway.
Yeah, exactly.
Literally. But yeah, no. Overall, and yeah, just as far as like beyond the pacing for me, I think is also a thing. Like I mentioned in my Letterboxd review, I think that the setup needed to be quicker. I think like. It took us too long to start getting to the thing, but for me, it was really like their first little side quest when like they get the horses and they save those women from the bandits or whatever.
I forget.
It's like they're after they're walking through the desert for like 3 days or whatever, and Mifune loses some of his knots, and like they felt like from that point on, I was kind of more into it because like some action finally happened, and then like we get to the we get to the brothel, and like we meet the the love interest, and like
that's when I was like, would a samurai really be that open to stealing a horse? Like, would a samurai be that cool with that, like, conceptually? Because that's, like, a pretty big crime.
Were they the bandits' horses? Because I guess if they're bandit horses, that's, like, less evil.
I thought that they didn't know. I thought they just thought it was, like...
Yeah,
they just saw horses.
I thought it was the family's horses, too, initially. When they rolled up, because they didn't see the bandits.
I assumed it was the bandits, because he looks at the horses, and, like, I thought that was supposed to be a clue the bandits were there. There's not a lot of, logic flow in
this movie. No.
As we're kind of talking about particular scenes, we can kind of like let's loosely go through the plot here.
We can do the setup,
and we can point out. Yeah, so talking about the setup. Yeah, so the movie starts off. Like I already kind of mentioned, like we establish our thing of like, yeah, there'll be samurais in this movie because we're at a train station, and all the white people are like, oh golly gee, look at that.
What in the world? That's a man in a dress.
Tarnation.
Yeah.
And and then basically it's a robbery. I
actually really like this train robbery scene. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, no, it's pretty. I like how cool and collected Gauche keeps everything.
I think
Gauche is a good villain.
Oh, yeah.
I think Gauche's fit carried this first scene for me. He looks fucking cool as hell, dude. And he shoots that guy in front of him, and the bullet goes through the guy sitting behind him, too. I'm like, I'm on board.
When he, like, after... I guess I'm jumping ahead in the summary, but when he, like, kills Mifune's friend, and then, like, they have that little, like, back and forth for a minute there, I'm like, this is the coolest shit ever. I, like, just them staring each other down, like...
Yeah.
Yeah, it's sick.
It's a good opening. There's a lot of tension, like, on the train.
Yeah, the setup's there. The payoff, not so much.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, this whole opening is really strong. I like the way that they execute. Like Charles Bronson is kind of the mouth. He's like telling people like there's a stick up, and then they have like a second team coming in to stop the train.
Yeah,
I think it's a cool concept for a scene.
It's a really good Red Dead Redemption DLC heist.
Honestly, Red Dead has this exact color palette. Like there were a lot of points where I was just like, I'm pretty sure this area is in Red Dead 1. There just needs to be a samurai.
Yeah. Well, like I said, I think I texted you about it. Like, all I want is them to just port Jin Sakai from Ghost of Tsushima and just plop him into Red Dead 2.
Yeah,
like
killing guys with guns.
Yeah. Yeah, just like it'll be more stealth based. You just gotta sneak up on all the cowboys.
That sounds sick.
And it'd be a better crossover movie than this movie.
Than this, yeah.
Yeah, that's the cops coming for the robbers. On the train. So yeah, they're robbing this train. It's the whole team is kind of breaking it down, and then we kind of established before there's the Japanese ambassador on this one train car, and they hop into the train, and it's they got guns and the swords, and we get a little thing of like Gauche looking through all this stuff, and he finds the MacGuffin. The sword,
which is a sword with gold on it.
A sword with gold on it, and cowboys love gold. And it's a gift for the president. This sword, and they're basically like, you can take anything else, take whatever you want, just don't take this sword. But Gauche don't give a fuck. He kills the one bodyguard. And then this part of the and then how exactly do they get rid of? Do they strand Link?
They like throw up. It's because he was gonna get like a third of the cut, so. Gauche edged him out by like throwing a bomb in the car or what. I think that's what happened.
Throws a bomb in the train car and then like he jumps out the last second on the other end. That's how he survives that.
Yeah. Gauche gets really offended because the guy's like, I don't know if this guy's gonna betray us or not, and then he does.
Yeah.
So.
They kill the guy. Mifune and him have a little. Gauche tells like all of the passengers like
I think it's Gauche.
Gauche?
Like, yeah, I think it's Gauche, not Gauche.
Not Gauche.
I think we've all been saying Gauche.
Spelled like Gauche.
Yeah, but I think it's like a French word.
I'm going
that's very gauche.
I'm gonna look up a.
Because I saw it in the subtitles, made me think of like gaucho, so I was like, maybe it's like gouche.
I think it made me laugh because like I was like, oh, that guy's dressed really gaudily, and then they called him Gauche.
Fun fact for people: you can also watch this whole movie. You just look up Red Sun on YouTube. It's all on YouTube.
If for some reason you want to watch this movie after hearing us talk about it,
I think
you can watch the.
It's worth watching for free, I think.
Yeah, well, I had a good enough
It's in English. Put it on while you do the dishes.
Yeah.
1 second. You guys keep. I'm trying to find the scene where Mifune's like, "What's your name?" Hold up.
Oh yeah, that's a really cool part because he kills his friend and he steals the sword.
Yeah.
And Toshiro Mifune's like, "What's your name?" And he's like, "Why?" Because I intend to end your life, or something like that. Once again, setting up a payoff that this movie just straight up doesn't have. Real bummer how this movie ends.
Is.
Yeah, we'll try. His name is Gosh. Oh, he's French. He's got an accent. He's Gosh. He says okay, it's more like Gosh. It's in between.
Gosh.
It's not. It's Gosh.
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 Good golly gosh.
Gosh. It's like Ra's al Ghul, Ra's al Ghul.
Yeah, it's whatever. Depends on your accent. Or whatever.
Alan Delon. Alain Delon. He don't have a name. The bad guy. The villain.
Tom DeLonge.
Yep. So they what is it? The Japanese. Yeah. So the Japanese ambassador and his workers, his servants or whatever, attendants. They recover Link. They recover Charles Bronson, thrown over on the side of the road, and they basically is like, yeah, you're gonna lead Yojimbo over here to get the sword back, and you're gonna go on your own spirit journey, and I task you of this.
And if you don't do it, he's gonna cut your head off.
Yeah, if you don't do it, he's gonna kill you, and then he's gonna kill himself.
He's got 7 days to do it for some reason, or he's gonna kill himself.
Because we need a ticking clock.
I don't know why I gave him a week. I don't know. I guess I'm impatient.
I feel like for setting that up, they don't even really like they show Mifune like untying his thing every once in a while, and it's supposed to be able to, but it never like gets to a point where like he's not like freaking out like it's the last night or whatever, like, you know.
I think it literally is just to like add like a little more pressure to a very slow paced script.
Like, I think you could just have, like, it be a simple thing of, like, or actually, don't even have him I would just change it more to, like, hey, like, I'm gonna go back to Japan in 7 days or something, or, like, and if you don't bother coming home if you don't have
that would work better.
I think it'd be more interesting. Yeah. I think it'd be more interesting if Ghosh, like, killed his like, master, and this is a revenge thing, so he's like actually passionate about it rather than just like doing his job. Yeah,
that makes way more sense. And then it'd also be like a thing
getting
of,
something, getting a present for the president. Who gives a shit?
Yeah, no, like restoring the honor of his dead master feels way more fucking samurai than like my master.
He's got the motivation of getting the sword, and he's also got the motivation of his friend being murdered. So it's like, I mean, you can just pick one. I feel like one would be enough.
And then also you'll kill yourself. Yeah, like it didn't really, like, yeah, it definitely really didn't feel like adding anything.
We have to work harakiri somewhere in here.
Because that's what people need to know.
That's samurai.
It's a samurai thing. Yeah. But anyway, yeah, it's a weird thing. And then they start going on their adventure. And then, yeah, like I said, this is, for me, the most boring part of the movie, where it's like, where we're just kind of walking through the desert. Yeah, he pushes him down the hill.
My big pet peeve with, like, I feel like buddy movies like this is when it takes like so long for like the two leads to like come to an agreement, because they spend so much of this movie just like trying to chase each other off,
bickering.
That's in every one of these too. It's the worst part. I agree. It's just, it's like we know where this is going. Can we just like?
Yeah, that's why I that's why I was saying. Once we kind of get to they have that first encounter with the bandits, and we get to the brothel, Mifune and like they start working together, like I think, and they start to kind of like respect each other a little bit more, because I think it's a thing where it's like, in that, what's it called, the bandit scene, I think shows like Bronson shows them each like, okay, each of us are capable as like fighters in one sense, and then I think once we get to the brothel and Charles Bronson is kind of like he's questioning what's her name. I forget the character. Like he's being terrible to women, but like he's getting information out of them by asking them, like, and I think Mifune starts to see that, like, you know, this guy, he's a smart guy. Like, this character is smart. Like, he's got his wits about him. Like, he's more than just like a fucking big dumb idiot. And the characters start. I think the characters really start to get along more at that point, and they bicker less. And for me, like, I don't know, that team in my. I see the co-op video game in my head.
Yeah.
At that point, you know.
Yeah, it's fair. I just think the characters are kind of uninteresting. Is the problem?
Yeah, they're generic as hell for sure.
Yeah, and all like so. Where are we plot wise? Have we gotten to the brothel yet?
So we can just go to the brothel because we already talked about that bandit scene. So yeah, what do you want to say?
This is where the movie kind of falls off a cliff. Yes. So, they show up and there's a big fight, or whatever. And Charles Bronson has to get Toshiro Mifune laid. Just, for me, this is like...
I blocked out that whole bit.
Yeah. I didn't. For me, this is... Like, I was, like, just trying to understand why this is in the movie. So, like, he buys him a sex worker or whatever, and they go upstairs, and, like, Mifune's like, no, you undress me. And she, like, gives him a bath. And I was like, oh, okay. So, like, he's not gonna, like, have sex with her. He's just getting a bath.
Yeah,
but no.
And like they even make the point of like the sex worker like mentions like, oh, my dad told me here yesterday. So you're like, oh, so he's gonna do the honorable thing and not have sex with her.
Yeah,
right?
That line is crazy.
Yeah, he's gonna be like, no, that would cross a line, right? No.
Or it's like, oh,
no.
It's terrible how you're treated. No.
Because it's like, it really is like, he like lays down and he's like, all right, I'm going to bed. And then he just like, she just starts undressing. And of course, we see their boobs before they cut away.
Yeah.
I took that as like, well, you know, we gotta show everyone that he's not gay.
I think the audience will respect him and he's still a virgin.
Guys.
Oh, yeah, he's gotta get laid.
The modern remake of this for fucking sure is like a Brokeback Mountain, like Brokeback like style.
Dude, that adds like a whole level of interest to the whole thing. Too.
Yeah, no, it would be lit. You think I'm joking?
I've been seeing the remake in my head the whole time we're talking, like, cause like I think they missed an opportunity not like having him talk more about like his homeland, and you can cut to like footage of like beautiful Japanese countryside. And
I think our Venn diagram gets smaller though when you make them gay, because it's like the audience for a remake of this like old school western, old school samurai like type thing.
Yeah, but if you make him gay,
is already.
If you make it like a challenging romance, then you can.
Oh, that brings in the whole new audience. That's true.
Well, then you can try for an Oscar.
Yeah. Oh, that's true. For Red Sun Oscars 2027.
Yeah.
I think you should change the name though. I think 'cause, like, Red Sun doesn't fucking mean anything.
Yeah.
It just means Japan.
Well, I think Red Sun's an interesting title because it kind of. Because it can kind of be a title of like a shitty samurai movie and a shitty western, so it kind of fits the movie really well.
Okay. If it's
they could have like thrown in a line where they're like, "Oh wow, the sun is just as red as it is at home," or something like.
Well, they kind of did that, like,
they call my home the land of the rising sun, and you guys like to shoot when the sun's high in the sky or something.
At high noon. You
guys right off into the sunset. Ironic, no?
I'm in the sunrise. But that's funny. Well, they kind of do that later when they're riding up the mountains and it's all cold, and he's like, "Ah, it reminds me of Japan." And he finds like, is that supposed to be a hot spring that he goes into?
I don't even know, man.
Okay, real quick, all that happens at this brothel. So there's a prostitute.
We disrespect a few women here.
We disrespect some women. We hit some women.
Yeah.
The most important thing though, like character wise and plot wise, is that Gauche has a favorite prostitute at this particular brothel, and Charles Bronson's logic is like, okay, we're gonna have her, like, she's gonna figure out for us where Gauche is hiding. Because like he's gonna come back for her at some point. Which another important plot point that I don't remember exactly what was introduced, but it's something I think it's equivalent between the characters. Charles Bronson throughout the movie tries to make Toshiro Mifune. I don't even fucking remember these characters' names. Tries to make Toshiro Mifune
Link from Zelda and Kuroda.
I swear to God, they don't say his name till like halfway through the movie. Maybe not even after that.
They really don't.
And Jin Sakai.
Jin Sakai.
But basically, the plot point is that Charles Bronson wants to know where Gauche hid the money, hid the score. And Toshiro Mifune is like, I'm going to fucking kill him on sight. So Charles Bronson's like, no, you can't kill him on sight. I need at least a day to like get the information out of him. And like throughout the movie, Bronson is trying to get Mifune to like to be like, no, like you have to promise me that you're not going to kill him right away.
So
he steals his clothes.
It feels like such a weird point of conflict for them, because like I would understand it more if Charles Bronson is straight up like, don't kill him, and Mifune is like, no, I need to kill him. Yeah. But like the specific like condition is like, oh, give me a few days and then you can kill him, or give me a day and you can kill him.
And then and then, spoiler alert, this stupid shit just ends up getting Toshiro Mifune killed. We don't even need to... And Charles Bronson just ends up changing his mind anyway after the fact.
This, what I'm about to say, might be a bit of a generic idea, but I think, like, as far as like trying to think of reasons to not that Bronson would not want Gauche killed, maybe they could be siblings, they could be brothers. Or maybe like we don't know for some reason, like Charles Bronson doesn't let on, and then later in the movie we find out they're brothers, and that's why
maybe they're exes.
Maybe they're exes. Ooh, that's good. Or actually, you know, like as far as like you could have a reveal, it could be that reveal, but actually, you know, the first point should just be maybe he should be like he's wanted for like he's wanted for this much money alive or whatever. And like I want to turn him in. I want to bring him in alive.
That's a cool idea.
And that's you could reveal it to be something else.
Mifune is like honor bound to kill him on sight, so that's the conflict.
Yeah,
but they resolve this conflict in the dumbest way possible.
Yeah, Bronson's like, fuck the money. Throughout the whole movie, he's really like, man, I need that money.
By the way, I don't think we mentioned he gets Kuroda to agree and vow with his word to not kill him until Bronson say so.
Yeah.
By taking his clothes and making him do it under duress, and I don't think that counts, dude.
Yeah.
I don't think that's a real vow. I think that's just.
I guess like if he gives his word, then he has to like stand by it, even if it is under duress. Is what I would like assume, right? Because it's like, oh, but you gave your word. He can't like cross his fingers or whatever.
Yeah, I don't know, man. Because this is a vow. Yeah, I don't know. I think it's lame at the very least. Yeah, no, it ends up being resolved. Like if we want to jump ahead a lot.
Yeah.
There's a whole mess with Gauche and Gauche.
In between like the brothel and when they catch up with Gauche, I guess like there's a scene where the Comanches assault.
There's some encounters. There are multiple encounters with Comanches. Oh yeah, there's that.
There's another woman in this movie, by the way, that we haven't really talked about.
There is.
The blonde lady.
No, for real. That's the woman. Yeah, that's.
We have talked about her.
We have talked about her. Yeah, Gauche's favorite prostitute. Oh,
no, the blonde lady that Charles Bronson has like a history with. That's like Gauche's like ex-girlfriend.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm talking about.
Oh, okay.
And they're not ex-girlfriends. She's just his favorite prostitute at this brothel.
Okay.
He's just a regular for her.
Yeah, she's the most disrespected woman in the movie.
You see her in the poster, and she's like stands up all badass, and she's holding a rifle, and I'm like, whoa, she gets to do something in this movie? No, she doesn't.
No.
That's true. This makes it look like
the whole movie, she's like a duplicitous, evil succubus who Charles Bronson can just see right through the entire time.
She's also so stupid that she runs straight into a pack of Comanches that try to assault her and kill her.
Yeah, she's really, really dumb, and she's conniving, and she's promiscuous.
And that's all her character is.
Charles Bronson loves her for some reason.
That actress, the thing that she was known for is she was the first Bond girl. Oh, wow. She was Honey Rider in Dr. No.
That explains why.
And then she was in Red Sun.
And that's why that's why Terrence Young. That's probably why they had her in there, because like Terrence Young, director of like Dr. No, so like it makes sense. Speaking of we get a couple of basic. I feel like at the end of this movie, there's like a thing where it's like, how do we resolve this whole situation? And then there's like, just throw the Comanches in there, because really like shit kind of just gets resolved.
They have nothing to do with the rest of this movie, by the way. I mean, this is kind of like a problem with westerns of the era anyway, like going all the way back to like their inception. The natives are not like characters; they're just like a force to like fight and kill for a time in the movie, and before they go away. Like they don't.
That's another.
Like they're just like a force of nature of this savage land type shit.
That's another thing that's going to be in the remake, is that for sure. Like the samurai is gonna like have some kinship with the Comanches and shit, because they were like, yeah, fucking white people, am I right?
Yeah.
But what's it called? But yeah, no, I agree. They really they only exist in this movie to obviously to be racist, because
they show up to have a gunfight to unite the two sides for a second.
Yeah, and also to quickly resolve, because in that gunfight, like Mifune is like, give me the sword, and they're like, okay, fine, take the fucking sword.
Yeah.
And then he gets it back, which also he never got to use the sword. I was
yeah.
What kind of Chekhov's gun is that?
Chekhov's sword, never used.
Yeah.
Never used to cut off Gosha's head, which is how it should have ended.
It's like,
yeah, that's how the remix ending.
And he just puts it back.
It's so lame.
The cowboy would use the sword to kill him. That's how.
Yeah.
That's how it's gonna end.
In the remake, the samurai is teaching the cowboy how to use the sword, while the cowboy is teaching the samurai how to shoot.
Yep. Yeah.
100%.
Wasted potential of the movie, dude.
Oh my god.
Shoot the gun, and the katana splits the bullet in half and hits two people at the same time.
Yeah.
That would be a Sukiyaki Western.
I think that is really a scene in Sukiyaki Western Django.
That's something very similar happens in that movie. Yeah.
Fuck yeah. Yeah, no. The fact that Mifune didn't deflect a bullet with the sword.
Yeah.
Come on. That's real
lame.
Real wasted potential. Or cut off a dude's hand.
Yeah.
Like with a gun in it.
Yeah.
Especially because he's known for cutting off hands. Actually, it would just be a direct reference to Yojimbo.
Yep.
Like legit, just
yeah.
That's fine. Yeah.
Yeah.
No one watching this movie in America had seen that movie anyway, so
it's 8:00, so I'm gonna I'm just gonna speed up a little bit. So, but we're already talking about the ending.
We're pretty much at the end.
Yeah, so it's like
the least satisfying ending of any movie I've ever fucking seen.
Mifune dies, and I was real sad that he dies. I'm like, oh, come on.
And he dies because he's honor bound to that stupid fucking vow that Charles Bronson made him make. He runs up behind Gosha and he stops for a second. And Charles Bronson has to be like, kill him! I give you permission now. And the guy turns around and shoots him. And then Charles Bronson gets to be the one to kill him because he's the one that gets to have an arc.
I will say, not to give this movie too much credit, I feel like the character turn of him like going from being like, no, don't kill this guy, I need him for the money, to like killing him out of rage for his dead friend is like, oh, that would be like a nice character turn in a movie where these characters were developed more. Which they're not, but it could have worked for me.
It could have been better.
Yeah.
The movie.
It could have been better, the movie. Shit, that should have been my review. I might change it to...
I would love a remake of this. I might write a remake of this.
Make a comic of it. Actually, I'm going to change my Letterboxd review to more like Who Jimbo. I looked up Red Sun, by the way, and it's showing me fucking...
just stock images of Red Sun.
So before we get to the prop question, I do want to ask real quick. I think we could sit here all day and talk about a fan cast, but here's the thing: modern day remake, who's directing? That's my question. Pick a director.
You're right. Is that too easy to answer?
Tarantino.
Wait. I heard
Tarantino.
Right.
Like, it's the same answer, basically.
Yeah.
Edgar, a goofy samurai western.
Paul Thomas Anderson.
Just a more like grounded concept where it's like.
That's what I want. Yeah, I don't know. He could do funny. I don't know.
I'm going to put in my vote for Dan Trachtenberg, the director of Prey.
And then they have to kill a predator.
And Predator, Killer of Killers. and then that's the sequel. Yeah. The one part of we did our DVD, we did our Predator Killer of Killers episode, and the samurai, just make a live action version of that samurai story, and then that'll be that. So yeah, and now who's that message from? Fuck, stop. Anyway, prop time. It sucks because there's one obvious one.
Yeah, there's one obvious one, but I don't want that one.
Yeah.
So my prop is
I was gonna say Gosha's fit, man.
I want to dress. Yeah, I want to dress like that. That's why I went first, because I knew it was a hot commodity.
Damn. All right. Okay. My second choice. I like that the leads have like horses that match each other's color schemes. Like Charles Bronson has the black and white horse. and then Mifune's got the brown horse. So I want to get matching horses with a friend. That'll be my choice.
That's sick.
That's cool. I get the easy one.
You get the sword,
I'm taking the sword.
Gets that golden sword that hangs from the telephone wire.
I'm taking the golden sword.
I don't trust myself with a sword. I trust myself with 2 horses, though.
And it's gonna... and they're gonna be like, "What's that from?" Oh yeah, it's a sword from this kind of mediocre movie.
Yeah, have you ever heard of this movie? No, yeah, I didn't think so.
You don't need to. But fucking yeah. I that is what I'm gonna pick for my easy. Another, I honestly can't really think of another. I just like kimonos. I was talking to somebody the other day. I wish it was socially acceptable to like walk around in a samurai kimono, like, and not be ridiculed, because they look so comfy. I liked Mifune's kimono in this movie. It's legit just the traveler's attire from Ghost of Tsushima, but
it is, yeah.
You can walk around your house in the bathrobe and carry around a kitchen knife, and it's basically the same thing.
It's true.
And yeah,
you'll end up in the ER either way.
Hurt myself either way. But yeah, no, folks, that's Red Sun. Yeah, it's on YouTube. It's on Tubi. Another thing that it doesn't necessarily, as far as like the quality of it is necessarily like something that should.
It looks like a VHS rip, I think.
Yeah, it's a poor.
Everywhere.
It has not been restored. Yeah, like it's a low quality SD rip. Like there's been no kind of there's a Blu-ray out there somewhere that I've heard is decent, but
it's we're using our efforts on better movies. It's fine.
Exactly. But yeah, I think it's worth checking out for free though. As far as like if you're gonna if you've been like following the podcast maybe and been watching these other Mifune movies and want to check out this, at least just to kind of like hear.
I will say it's insane that you've seen this before you saw Good, the Bad, and the Ugly. And I would recommend anyone listening to see that before this.
Yeah. Definitely watch that before. So next episode is my review of Suyaki Western Django and Good, the Bad, and the Ugly.
That's interesting, yeah.
And how
whatever.
But yeah, this has been Midnight Movie Gang. It's currently
8:06.
8:06. My clock was in a weird spot. 8:06 p.m. Night Movie Gang. Yeah, this has been fun. People at home, go to www.midnightmoviegang.com to keep up with the show, but also check out our Etsy shop. I still need to I need to kind of build a bulk supply, but we're selling VHS tapes. Love Lies Bleeding, Get Out. Definitely buy those in the Etsy shop. And in general, just follow us, share with your friends, and have a nice night. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.
So, here we go. The child is just facing the complex of the police asserting that Dave's Thomas, Alicia is a lover of Dave Williams, and her partner is a horrible murder of Walter Grant, everybody, and I'm here to go. Oh, please tell me where this gone. Please tell me. I don't know. How look at I got in here? 3 tickets to Albany on 6 o'clock train tonight. What do you think?